Shall I compare these to another chip? Thou art more lovely and more flavorful. What I have here are the two flavors of Ruffles that were first introduced through a partnership with the NBA. Ruffles, as we all know, is the official chip of the NBA. And last year, when they wanted to introduce their new flavor, lime and jalapeno, they marketed the bag with the face of Lakers player Anthony Davis. When I first saw these chips, I assumed they were a limited time promotional item, and they used the likeness of this well-loved basketball player to sell them while they were around. However, as we can see, lime and jalapeno Ruffles have stuck around, and although they no longer have the face of Anthony Davis on them, they're still available to buy in stores, and it appears that they are a permanent flavor. I've bought these several times in the last year, and I am very pleased that these were not just a limited time item. Jalapeno and lime go together so incredibly well. I would have never guessed that this would become one of my favorite chips on the market. It's got that sweet, citrusy flavor of the lime as the predominant flavor. However, it's got the spice of a jalapeno. It's an excellent level of spice, and it's just a great flavor all around. When they were first introduced, it was easy to blow off Anthony Davis' involvement as a simple advertisement that would benefit both Ruffles and the NBA. Looking into it a little further, it looks like Anthony Davis might have had some involvement with the flavor chosen for these Ruffles. It is hard to say what is simply said to sell a product, saying this chip flavor was chosen by Anthony Davis, it was his idea, when really maybe Ruffles just made it and said that to sell the chip. But it is nice to think that, hey, maybe this was a flavor he wanted and a flavor he came up with, and that's really cool. But that was last year's chip, and this year we have a new flavor. Sponsored by Jason Tatum, it's the Flamin Hot Barbecue chips. Now right away, it makes me very happy to see that the Flamin Hot brand has caught on past the original Flamin Hot Cheetos and moved towards other Frito-Lay products. Flamin Hot Cheetos is one of my all-time favorite snack foods, and years ago, when I first saw Flamin Hot on something other than Cheetos, it was a bag of Funyuns, Flamin Hot Funyuns, and I just remember getting so excited because I think also I never seen another variety of Funyuns, and it was just like, new Flamin Hot, new Funyuns, this is great. And they were great. And since then, Flamin Hot has been introduced onto Fritos, Ruffles, and Doritos. The thing is, the Flamin Hot Doritos are too spicy. I don't know what they did, but that perfect spice level of the Flamin Hot Cheeto was suddenly too much when it was on a Dorito. Part of me thought maybe it was the surface area, it was just too much. I think they might just put too much powder on it, but all research I've done seems to indicate that it's the same flavor. It made no sense to me, and so I was skeptical when Ruffles first had a Flamin Hot chip, but those turned out to be pretty good. And now we have Flamin Hot being combined with other flavors. There was the Lime and Flamin Hot Cheetos, and I think Doritos has a lemon variety as well. And here we have Flamin Hot Barbecue. Now, I love a good barbecue chip, and I love Flamin Hot, so after the success of last year's NBA promotion, this just seemed like a slam dunk of a chip. It's got that classic barbecue chip flavor, and it's got that spice level of the Flamin Hot. It makes for a great combination. It's something I'm a really big fan of. Jason Tatum, who now plays for the Boston Celtics, is originally from my hometown of St. Louis, Missouri. The flavor of these chips is said to have been inspired by the spicy barbecue that St. Louis is famous for. So it's just extra really cool for me to get a chip that is specifically inspired by the city I'm from. Well, wait a minute. That gets me thinking. Jason Tatum's from St. Louis. These are a St. Louis inspired chip. Flamin Hot and barbecue. Hey, wait a minute. That sounds like Old Vienna's Red Hot Riblets. For anyone not in the St. Louis area. Old Vienna Red Hot Riblets, one of my all-time favorite snacks, is a hot barbecue flavored potato chip. And more than that, but it's got rough ridges as well. Now, what makes these chips so good is that they're usually just so blasted with flavor, and they're so spicy and just really good. They're a pretty salty chip, admittedly, but as someone who likes salty snacks, that's perfect for me. I just can't help but wonder if Jason Tatum's choice of Flamin Hot Barbecue was directly inspired from Old Vienna's chips. Not just St. Louis's spicy barbecue, but specifically Red Hot Riblets. Because anyone in the St. Louis area knows you'll find these at any gas station, any grocery store. They've got these chips. There's no way that Jason Tatum, growing up in St. Louis, didn't know about them. But I can forgive them for copying this St. Louis classic. While it's one of my favorite chips and I wish that everyone could get them, I understand that they're only available here locally. So in a way, it is kind of cool that Tatum took this well-known St. Louis chip and best he could introduced it to the rest of the United States. I think Ruffles struck gold with the idea to collaborate with NBA players on their new chip flavors. I hope that every year Ruffles introduces a new flavor brought to you by a different basketball player, because I make no hesitation when I say that these are the two best flavors of Ruffles available. Cheddar and sour cream is dead. Long live lime and jalapeno Ruffles. And close second is that Flamin Hot Barbecue. And I hope that these chips go the same route as these and aren't just a promotional limited time item and become a permanent flavor. In fact, I don't think Ruffles should just be the official chip of the NBA. I think they need to give their whole business to the NBA. I think we need basketball players designing chips all around. And heck, while we're at it, let's throw some chips at other sports. Let's see what the NFL can do with Doritos. And I don't know, maybe baseball's got some good flavor ideas for Lay's. Athletes might be the secret ingredient that we've all been looking for new chip flavors. Because if these two flavors are anything to go off of, then I certainly think that might be the case. The last point I want to bring up is that I work with a lot of people that are very enthusiastic about sports. And I have had to hear the debate over who's the GOAT, Michael Jordan or LeBron James, over and over again. It seemed like almost every day they were arguing who's the GOAT. And I gotta say, that's not a fair argument. The real decision is between Anthony Davis and Jason Tatum. These are the two GOATs of basketball. Now, I don't watch the sport myself, so I really don't know how well they play. But I do know by introducing these new Ruffle flavors, they've had more of a cultural impact than either of those two nobodies. I said what I said. And now I would like to leave you with a haiku. Ruffles have ridges. Davis and Tatum got game. Combined perfection.